I don't know if you called him Sid Vicious. I don't know if you called him Sycho Sid. I don't know if you called him Sid Justice or just plain Sid. But the other day, word hit the net. I believe it was from his son first that Sid Eudy, who I know him best as Sid Vicious. He passed away. He was 63. I guess he'd been. I hadn't realized that he'd been battling cancer for a bit. His
I
son said
don't
it'd
know
been
if
like
that was
years.
knowledge. I
Yeah, I
don't know if
don't.
that was. I don't think people knew that.
Yeah, that wasn't common knowledge.
But it was interesting because I think it was Fan who first pointed it out when word first hit. And we were talking about it earlier this week that I guess Sid had been talking about the Hall of Fame and wanting to get that recognition and whatnot. Which it was funny to see those tweets while I'm looking at the timeline because like the time I don't know how many times I saw this image from Survivor Series '96 just with that intro alone people were hype on. People were asking if he invented the fist bump. That his ring entrance was so legendary. But I'm not trying to book WWE into a corner, but it from what my eyes saw, I think there'd be a lot of appreciation if Sid was able to hit the Hall of Fame. But I wanted to ask y'all, like, do y'all remember the first? Because Sid had a couple of runs in like a short amount of time. Do y'all remember the first time y'all saw Sid?
Skyscrapers.
I'm not going to say I remember the first time. I do recall him because he was so
Yeah.
tall. He is one of my retro husbands. I just want to go on record of saying that.
A retro husband?
He's a retro husband. Sid could have got it back in the day. But I think that I think
I don't know
it's
if
kind
that-
of crazy to
that's
me.
probably true.
It's kind of crazy to me though that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
And it's just interesting, because when I look at some of the people that are in the Hall of Fame, it almost surprised me. I'm like, really, not in the Hall of Fame? It really shows you how, and I will often cat for Vince McMahon because I do think that his place in wrestling is very influential, but
Mhm.
but it's kind of like something you can really
That's a
see
good one.
the the vendetta or the spitefulness of
Uh huh.
things because how is he not in the Hall of Fame? And I'm not going to mention other people who I think is how they get there first because I don't want to slight those wrestlers, right? Because everybody works hard. I've never taken a bump in my life, not in the ring or in the bathroom. But
Hey,
I want to make sure
Talk about it.
that
you sure with them nails?
absolutely not. But I think that
On Keybo.
it was really sad because I will say this though. I recall watching like documentaries and like seeing things with him as an adult now, and he just seemed like a really nice guy. Like he
Mm-hmm.
seemed, cool. He seemed he loved his grandkids.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
really it just is really surprising and it's got me really looking forward to um I don't know if we're gonna cover it tonight because it just came out that Netflix documentary that's coming out on the 25th about Mother
Oh,
Band.
Yeah.
it's on the way. But I really think that the Sid not in the Hall of Fame is because the majority of his best work was Sid Vicious in WCW, not under the regime of the folks who had control of Hall of Fame previously.
Yeah.
And I think like his best work is that like the stuff that I remember him from. The two things I also remember, of course, are the body glove. That was a knee pad that he had on his arm. I don't care what y'all say. That was a goddamn knee pad that he had on that giant arm, and also in the War Games match.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? When he took that nasty jump off the ropes.
Nasty.
Yeah. Because he's got a couple. There's with the War Games. There's the one where Brian Pillman. Because I don't know, the ceiling was only so high,
No,
and he had slammed Brian Pillman up in the
ain't
in
nothing,
the
ain't nothing
Yummy.
sitting here doing a little podcast thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you
Well, what you have you tell me anything about Morgan? About the game? You got any tickets early? You got any parking spots early? What's the story there? Well, you're busy now, but just let me know when you find out something.
Yeah, let us know, nigga.
Gotta get her tickets
Bro, you're
early.
not on mute.
What the deal is.
Yeah, you are not on
No,
mute,
it's
mother-
too late. No, it's too late.
I know.
It's already too late.
All right, oh.
Both of Sid's runs were Hall of Fame worthy from WWE.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think, I get what Fam is saying, and I agree because they were probably thinking like that. They would think that they would. I mean, Sycho Sid was one of the biggest men ever in WWE.
Yeah.
And he's a big man that looked good. Like, you know how, and no shade to anybody, but he was a tall, big man, but he didn't look like his back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like, he wasn't knock-kneed and stuff. He was literally a bohemian.
He looked like he should have been a pro wrestler. Like
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think that's wild. And I feel like, honestly, WWE don't have no choice but to put him in there.
I'm trying to, again, I edited a piece on his story, and I feel like I don't know if he got, like, he had the match with Shawn Michaels, right? This is probably one of his biggest matches. This and the Hulk Hogan feud, when he first, like, his first WWF run as Sid Justice with the Hulk Hogan feud, and then this run, like, in like 96 or whatever. Those are probably some of his biggest in WWF. But he's never been looked at as like a good wrestler. And it's no disrespect. Like, he looked like a pro wrestler, and that powerbomb was a thing of beauty. When I was a kid, that was my favorite powerbomb for a while. But compared to other big men, compared to, like, he's probably the fourth best person in this photo right here when he was a Four Horseman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's then.
When was there an era where he was like one of the best, like, actual wrestlers, or is it more he got over because it's the spectacle?
Yeah. He was definitely one of those guys when he was Sid Justice, when he had the blue tights with the black armband and the vest. He was one of them dudes. When he threw Hulk Hogan over the ropes, he was one of them guys. When Hulk Hogan pulled him out the ring, niggas was pissed.
Yeah, but I think because he's an anomaly when it comes to, like, he's supposed to be the heel, but I think that's the thing. Like, people, DDM was saying earlier, people saw this walk into the ring and they're like, nah, that motherfucker look cool, and he looked like he gonna beat somebody ass. Like, I'm cheering for him no matter what. But I think that got him in the door. That got him in the main event. I don't think he was never necessarily the guy. He wasn't. It's not even like he wasn't grabbing. Like, he knew what to do when he got in there, but it was only so much that you was getting from him in the match.
Punch, choke,
a boot,
knee lift.
But you know what? That can be effective.
It
was.
That could be, a part of me wants to think, and this is going to sound shady as hell, but at this point, after that rant he did at that bar with Kamala after the cameras went off, fuck him. But a part of me feel like, is Sid Vicious one of those guys who didn't really get the just due because of Hulk Hogan? Is he one of those bodies?
I think that's part. I think when he was there in '92, he was positioned right with Hulk Hogan. It was like clearly like that's one of those giants that Hogan likes to take out. I think the chat's mentioning the WCW '93 situation where him and Arn got into that fight, and Arn got stabbed all the way up, like, no hyperbole, like 20 times. In a scuffle with some scissors. I wonder if that's funny. I wonder if situations like that may have also soured him in the eyes of people who would make those Hall of Fame decisions as well.
Yeah. I kind of think he was. Look, I really think he was who he was, player. Like, he had some somewhat nonsense. He was like Warrior without all the, like, jerk, right? Like, he had some nonsensical, I am the man who does, like, you know what I mean?
The
And it
ruler of the
sounded dope.
world.
Right.
Because you are 1,000,000,000% right. But at no point in time did I believe the Ultimate Warrior.
Shit out here. No, and that's facts. That's facts.
I believed Sid
I
Vicious,
believe-
Sid Justice.
Can I say I believed Ultimate Warrior?
Yes, he did. Ultimate Warrior. They said don't believe the hype. He said I'm believing my hype. I think because again, when you talk about when you first saw Sid Vicious, this was my introduction. I was as a matter of fact, this is probably, I think I tweeted, this is probably my introduction to Teddy Long doing anything in pro wrestling. Was him being the dude to be like, hey, you two big white motherfuckers, go out there, beat their ass.
I
And
don't get them now.
the thing is the ring was but only so big. And they was always fighting jobbers. So at a certain point, Danny Spivey gonna pick up the dude, throw him across the ring. Sid pick him back up, throw him out the ring, throw him back in the ring. And then when the other dude try to step in the ring, he get down to one and he be like, come on. Like he was a 6'9" demon. It was a problem. It was an action but this is what I saw.
I mean, when you look at him, you know, like when I look at the Big Show, I see, or Andre the Giant, like those big guys, I see big monsters, and I say that with love. Mm-hmm. When I look at Sid Vicious, I see a big knight. I see Sir Sid Vicious, absolutely. But I see also too, from purely a dollar perspective, I see a face that's marketable. I see a look that's marketable. You know, it's something like if handled correctly, it could be. I mean, it was a thing, but you know, I just see if he lived in this era, I just see a lot of different avenues that could have been exploited with this person. He would have been in Game of Thrones as an extra. In some kind of Marvel situation, even if it was like part of the Nova Corps on Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a lot of possibility. If he existed in this time, there's a lot of marketing opportunities for Sid Vicious.
That was a Jerry Curl, Sierra.
They said the original ramen head.
That was a nice Jerry Curl.
I mean, hey, hold up.
Like him and Mr. Perfect, but his didn't like. You know,
Perfect
used to lose it. Yeah, Perfect lost his at every match.
I don't think I ever saw Sid like.
Hold on, bring Tony Brown in. Let's see if that's now, Brother Brown.
That's right. What's going on, brother?
Is that activator that Sid using?
Oh yeah, that's classic curl right there. I know
Not classic curl.
Yeah, that's classic curl. That's that's some products they used to sell on the commercials on Soul Train and all that. Yeah, that's right.
Lustre silk.
Right. Would he ever ask you for some like, hey Tony Brown, I need to borrow what's that stuff you sprayed in your hair?
When we was
don't you ask him about his product?
Yeah, sometimes if I had some and he needed some, I pass it to him. Him, Brickhouse Brown. We all used to hang out and share our hair products sometime. You know what I mean? That's one of those things you just do on the road.